All right, today we're jumping into something, well, it's pretty weird. We're looking at a source that's incredibly short, but also super mysterious. It comes from a YouTube channel called Low Budget Stories, and it's titled Origin of a Doomer. And get this, the entire source is basically a puzzle made up of just 6 words. That's it. So this is it. This is the whole transcript, 6 words. And you can see right away, 5 of them are exactly the same, with just this one word breaking the pattern. Now, if you just looked at this, you'd probably think it's nonsense, right? Maybe a mistake. But when you pair it with that title, Origin of a Doomer, suddenly, it feels like there's a story hidden in there somewhere.
And that's really the big question we're trying to answer here. How on earth can 6 little words possibly tell the story of someone's origin? It seems impossible. So let's see if we can piece this thing together.
Okay, first things first, we have to be real about what we're dealing with. We don't have a long article or a bunch of data to analyze. What we have is an enigma, a real head-scratcher. And its power is actually in how little it gives us. We're forced to look for meaning in the gaps.
So, our whole challenge here is to find the story hidden inside these really tight constraints. Think about it. The title gives us our theme, the origin of a doomer, and the transcript, that's like our raw emotional data. Our job is to be the detective and figure out how they connect. All right, so to even begin to make sense of that transcript, we've got to tackle the most important word in the whole thing, and it's not even in the transcript itself, it's in the title. If we don't understand what a doomer is, those 6 words are just, well, they're just words. They're going to stay meaningless. Now, you've probably seen this word floating around online, right? Doomer, but it's more than just a meme. It's a whole cultural archetype. And really getting what that means, that's the key. That's what's going to unlock this 6-word puzzle for us. And listen, this goes way beyond just having a bad day or feeling a little down. The doomer mindset is this deep, persistent, almost profound belief that everything is fundamentally broken. And not just broken, but that it's only going to get worse. We're talking everything from huge global systems all the way down to their own personal future. Okay, so pay attention to these traits, especially things like alienation and social disconnect. These are absolutely crucial because they set the entire stage for understanding that weird transcript we started with. This feeling of being completely cut off from the world, it's the lens through which a doomer sees everything. And suddenly, our 6 little words are going to start to click into place. Okay, so we've got a handle on the doomer mindset. Let's go back to that transcript. And here's where we take a little leap. What if we don't read it literally? What if it's not a conversation at all, but a metaphor for a whole state of being? So here's the theory. That word, foreign, repeated over and over. That's literally the sound of the world to a doomer. It's the constant, overwhelming, unintelligible noise of a society they just don't feel a part of anymore. You know, the news, small talk, cultural trends, all of it just sounds like static. It's alien. And this really just drives home that massive disconnect. For most of us, the world is, well, it's a place of signals we can understand. But for the doomer, that exact same world is just noise. It's a never-ending stream of foreign, foreign, foreign. I mean, can you think of a better way to express feeling like a total outsider in your own life? But, okay, if foreign is this constant state of alienation, this wall of noise, then what in the world do we do with the one word that breaks the pattern? That single, thank you. I mean, look at it. Smack dab in the middle of this river of alienation, you get this one, single, totally recognizable human interaction. This is not an accident. This is a massive clue. It's the event. It's the moment that cuts through all that noise. And honestly, this is the real heart of the story. So what is it? Is this a good thing, a moment of hope, or does it somehow just make the negativity even worse? Its placement is so deliberate, it's practically screaming at us to figure out what it really means. And the thing is, it could be anything. Maybe it's a genuine moment, right? A small kindness from a stranger that just for a second breaks through all that gloom. Or maybe it's pure sarcasm, a bitter thank you to a world that feels totally hostile. It could even just be a hollow automatic response, you know? A robotic gesture you learn from a society you don't even connect with anymore. The fact that we don't know, that's what makes it so powerful. Okay, so as we're trying to put all these pieces together to find this origin, we hit one last problem, and I have a feeling this one is completely intentional. The source is literally called Origin of a Doomer, and yet it gives us no clear origin at all. It never points to one moment and says, this is it. This is where it started. And maybe that's the entire point. The origin isn't one big, traumatic moment. It's a slow burn. It's the buildup of 1,000 little things. Overwhelming news cycles, personal letdowns, seeing things you can't unsee. It all just piles up until it becomes this constant feeling of alienation. So the source doesn't give us a clear story, because for a lot of people, there isn't one.
So that's what we're left with. This source brilliantly uses its own limitations to make a really powerful point. It's not giving us a flowchart for how to become a doomer. It's giving us the feeling. It's suggesting that some origins aren't a single event in the past, but more like a continuous state of being. And it leaves us with this one kind of haunting final question. What if the origin story isn't a story at all, but something that's happening right now?